You're a giver. You've donated to worthy causes throughout your life. But did you know you could keep on giving even after you're gone? Jim Lineweaver is here with an option that affords you the opportunity to continue to contribute. Jim is a certified financial planning professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. Welcome back to the show.
Good morning.
So what is this gift that keeps on giving?
Well, it's not too complicated. It's called life insurance that usually a lot of people have. And when you get up into retirement, you know, maybe your house is paid off and the kids are all grown and moved out, and you have this policy sitting around and you might not know what to do with it. So if you are charitably inclined, you can actually do a couple things. You could either change the beneficiary on your policy to go to a charity, or you could also change the ownership depending on which way you'd like to go.
Okay, well, let's talk about making the charity the beneficiary of your life insurance. How does that work?
Okay, well, this is where you still own the policy, so you have full control over it. You can take loans, you can pay more premiums in to increase the cash value, and if you want to list maybe your kids as half the beneficiary and name a couple organizations like a college or anything like that as well, you can go ahead and do that. And the problem, though, is that you're not going to actually be receiving any type of a deduction for that, because it doesn't kick in until, unfortunately, after you pass away. Mm-hmm. And also the charity is actually not going to recognize you during your lifetime for that gift.
And when they get the money, you're already dead, and that's more difficult to be recognized at that point.
Yeah, it would be, yeah. Maybe for your heirs are better, but not for you.
Yeah. So we talked about just making the beneficiary, which sounds pretty simple. There must be also pros and cons of making the charity the owner of the policy.
Yes, and this is where you have to be careful, because not all charities will actually accept the ownership, because the ideal situation would be as if you had a paid up policy. So no loans outstanding, no premiums to be paid, you make the ownership change, and that would be great. Because when you do that, what can happen is you can get up to a pretty significant deduction. You can get up to 50% of the actual part of the proceeds from the life insurance policy as a deduction against your income taxes.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it can be very good. But what ends up happening is when you do that and you change the ownership, you also unfortunately give up total control. So once you've made that election, you actually can never reverse it. So it's a little bit problematic.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to check with the charity before you're going to decide to do something like that? I think that would be a safe thing to do.
I would, because not everybody's going to accept this. Because let's say you have premium payments that are still due on that policy. Well, somebody's going to have to administer this and stay on top of it, and a lot of charities don't want to do that. They'd rather think something very simple and very organized. But on the other hand, if there is a premium payment to be made, and actually the charity is the owner of that, your premium payments will also be a tax deduction while you're living. So not only did you get a deduction for giving them the actual life insurance policy, you will actually have it for the premiums that you'll pay as well.
So how do you get the tax deduction?
Well, unfortunately, if it's over $5,000 is the value of the policy, you're going to have to get it appraised just like you would any non-cash donation. And what they're going to do is they're going to look at the lower of the cost basis of the policy, or what you put in, or the fair market value. And that's what you're going to be able to tax deduct off your taxes and save that money based on your donation. And then also the charity will recognize you while you are living, not after you're gone.
You can go, yeah, I did that.
That's right, exactly.
Your last act could provide a lasting help to a charity of your choice, simply donating your life insurance. Jim outlined the options, but to determine specific details, give him a call. His number's next.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net. Next, complete care after a stroke. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar.